Of course, now somebody knocks on the door. We'll give them a couple of minutes for them to come on.
No worries. All right, we're live anyway.
Yeah, I just did live because give them a couple of minutes to get people going.
So what's the pup going on there? What kind of pup you got, man?
That's the puppy?
Yeah.
No, that's the Chihuahua.
Wow.
No, the funny thing is we got a couple of Peppo puppies that were taken to the other house. And so for now, they're kind of stuck here. But they're learning real quick that the Alpha Chihuahua that we have, does not play around.
Yeah, I bet. So what's going on? I mean, what's your ETA and all the construction and everything?
Right now, I told them to hang tight.
Yeah.
Because what's happening is they're getting in the habit of, and rightfully so, I told people you could do this, but they've been getting in the habit of wanting to trade precious metals for services. And I got a good chunk of my house done that way, but with the channel being removed, that was monetized, and this other channel is still not monetized. And I appealed it, and they denied the appeal, but they wouldn't tell me why. So, again, it's just them people playing games. I'm so over it, and I'm watching now. I'm really focused on my platform. Meanwhile, I got to behave myself on this one here. It's ridiculous, but, Yeah,
because the other one's gone now, right?
Yeah, the hidden things in front of your eyes was removed.
Got it. Are you rebuilding anywhere else, or are you just kind of riding this one out?
Nope, I'm going to ride this and wait for my platform to be finished. I got to follow up today, and then we're good to go.
How close are you to it?
I have more of an idea probably later today or by tomorrow because we have developers all on it right now. What's going on out there, peeps? I see there's 16 of you guys. We'll wait. Let's get people coming aboard here. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, man. I don't watch the news, brother. I haven't watched anything since like January 6th. So the only way I get my news is from you or, Sean Morgan.
Yeah.
Yeah, or from Sean. That's it. Other than that,
I was going to do an interview with him. It just didn't happen. Ooh,
Sean's
New Zealand's in the house. What's up, Kay?
Oh, you guys are like him. Hey, New Zealand, what's going on? There you go.
Hi, Rhonda, Loretta. Yeah, so there's again, it just it seems like there's so many things going on at one time, and so I felt kind of scattered, but I'm still doing my little workout, so I love those. I'm addicted to them now. So, Steve, what is going on? You guys, there's a lot going on, obviously, as you guys could see, and I hate to be that one person that says I told you so. Hello. Give about one more minute. We're going for it.
Everybody wants to know what's going on, brother.
I know, but this is scary. I mean, again, I tell people I don't really have a crystal ball. I was just kidding. So, but it is kind of ironic that it is going exactly the way we spoke about, or I spoke about on that channel. Warning people about my concerns about cryptocurrencies. I've expressed them for a year. The very thing that I was concerned about is now happening. So
I just had a guy that came over. He was fixing our computer stuff today, and he was telling me, man, he's like, last night, just boom, 40 grand, just boom, done.
Gone. Yeah, but you're talking about it's a 50% drop. So let's get into it because we're gonna get going. What is going on out there, peeps? All right, we're gonna cover a whole lot of information really quick here. Well, not really quick, but we say that and it never is that quick. Okay, so first things first is a quick update on what was happening with me. You might have noticed I disappear for a couple days at a time. My computer and my phone, and it seemed like everything decided at one time that they inherited gremlins and everything seemed to crash. So I had a new computer, I put it in, but for some reason it wasn't working. And then, my friend said that, you're using the old cables for the new computer. Go get the damn new cables that it gave me, and I did, and it plugged right in. So the problem with that is now you have to reset everything up on your computer. So I lost other things, and I'm just now recouping everything, okay? So that's the first thing. Real quick, I want to talk about HempWorx. I know you guys will get past it. Just hang tight because not all of you are on here for HempWorx. So I'm going to talk about gold, silver, as well as everything else. But quickly, I want to talk about – I did a video. I was walking, and I filmed it. I don't know if you've seen it, Jay. But, me the other day, I did a video of me walking and giving an update because people are like, what happened to Pimpy? There's no updates to the workout. Yeah, man. I'm at that point now where my walks, like I have to do my walks. I can't miss them. So I love that feeling. but no more sounding like Darth Vader, man. When I was walking, I was wheezing really bad and had a trouble going up this hill. I was like, man, am I this out of shape? I mean, I was losing weight, but now that I'm really drinking more water and adding the walks along with my regimen of hemp products, yeah, I'm feeling outstanding. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I really am.
It's a game changer, bro. I mean, you know, we do too. It's like I'm going to be 50 in 2 days, and then I'll, you know, man, I'm telling you, it's like I just feel a lot better than I ever had before. I mean, I'm getting up earlier, sleeping when I want to sleep till. I mean,
Yes.
it's just, it's balance. The balance is there, man, and there's none of that agitation, frustration, or anything like that. You just are in a very good place, you know, mind, body, and spirit all the way through.
Well, that one brain spray, I don't know. I want to say I've been using that a lot. But what happens is once I get going, my creativity starts going. Sometimes I get going, I'm on this roll, and I don't realize it can get pretty late in the night. I'm like, yeah, but I feel more focused, more in tune. So I do like that as well. But again, for the weight loss, you guys, there's
just the trim spray.
Yeah, the trim spray 365. It's called the Keto. That's another. That is for weight loss specifically. I have my hemp coffee. You guys know that. And then I take my vitality pills. That's for the gut.
Are you taking the vitality and the coffee together? Because people were asking me about what you were taking, and I couldn't remember. So what are you doing again?
The what do you call it? The CBD oil infused, hemp infused coffee with the Trim 365 and the keto sprays, along with my vitality. And then I increase the amount of water that I'm taking, like big time.
You take that all at the same time, do you?
Yeah, I take all of them in the morning, actually. You
just
know what
all
I mean?
of them, just like done.
Yeah, I just take them in the morning. Yeah, and then I do the spray one more time in the nighttime.
And you didn't have to change your lifestyle per se, other than walking and drinking water.
No, that's the only thing I've added for now. Nothing else has changed. I mean, I'm starting to now all of a sudden be a little bit more conscious about what I'm eating. Yeah. But for the most part, I said, okay, now let's see if I start doing anything. The funny thing is, the first couple of days, I actually put like 2.5 pounds on and realized there's just the damn water weight. And then it immediately shot off. So I'm almost at 20 pounds right now, but chugging right along. All right, you guys, let's get into the other fun-loving stuff. All right, you guys know about the products. We talk about them. The link's down below. I encourage you guys to come join me on Facebook. I do, and I'll leave the link down below. Come join me on Facebook. I do have a HempWorx workout Facebook group there. There are people posting their updates and letting you know how they're, how they are moving right along. And I want to encourage you guys to come join us to do that. Jay, you want to update anybody? Because I know you guys got taken off YouTube, period.
We did, brother. We had, after a year of just doing that ridiculous battle, we finally got our gauntlet went down on us. So no worries. It's all good. Fear not. Listen, man, if everybody can check us out, for those of us who haven't seen us yet or are following us, if you guys go to spirituallyraw.live, that's where we're at, uncensored. Nobody gets in our way. You get to watch everything. It is a membership platform. You get to try it out for free. See if you like it. I think you're going to love it. And but that's where we're hanging out, brother. I mean, it just is, you're just always dodging bullets this way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, send me the link later on. I'm going to go ahead and put it underneath the video. I'll add it later on so people can know where to come find you, all right?
Yeah, for sure,
okay,
man.
So let's touch on a couple of things. So Steel Dove, I love this by that name. Silver maybe Saturday, it was having a 3-day surge. Yeah, it's not done. I did see it get smacked down like about a good 70 cents or so. It was. It almost was a full $1 at one time. So, silver did get smacked down by almost a full $1, but it's not going to stay there. No, look, this is nothing like we are experiencing. As a matter of fact, gold is on a run, and silver is climbing up again. All right, so I want to talk to you guys about something because this is important. I made videos expressing to everybody what my concerns were about what? Cryptocurrencies. Remember this? What did I say? There are some concerns I had about cryptocurrencies. One of them was what? Well, if something should happen, right? If something should happen and the market starts to crash, I was concerned you could not go onto the websites and pull or sell your cryptocurrencies or pull your money out. And guess what? The vast majority of the platforms are down. So as this isn't a dip, you guys, it dips when it goes down, I don't know, 5-10%, if that. Most of these are now down 30%, in some cases 50%. 50%. Now, you can't say that's some type of safe asset. You got people going, well, this is a safe asset. It's like a safe haven. No safe asset. You would lose 50%, 30 to 50%. It's just not going to happen. Now, at first, I was thinking, was it Elon Musk? He must have said something. That's what everybody thought. No. What is the other thing I warned everybody about that I was concerned about? China holds 65, 68% of all the Bitcoins. Guess what happened last night while you were sleeping? Yeah, they banning cryptocurrencies from all financial institutions and warned their citizens against using cryptocurrencies. So what they're telling them is, you got a small window to start cashing in your cryptocurrencies because they're going to ban it outright. Didn't I tell you they were going to do that? And did I not tell you they had the ability to crash our entire economy? And guess what's happening, especially the crypto market? And guess what's happening? Yeah, their people are pulling their money out of cryptocurrencies. And let me show you the results super quick here. So on a dip, you might see maybe volatility when it comes to cryptocurrencies, 10, 15%. We've seen those types of swings all the time. But this is $24,000 loss from Bitcoin over the last few days. Today, most of these are somewhere between 20 and 30% loss. That's anywhere from 1/5 to 1/3 of your money is gone, depending on which one you're invested in. These are not dip numbers. This is what a crash looks like. Okay, this is not small. I told everybody there's a window of an opportunity in which you can make money, but I had no faith in cryptocurrencies whatsoever. This is a perfect example. Even if somehow, some way it rebounds, do you really, really trust your money to be in cryptocurrencies after what everybody is experiencing today? Can you imagine a all-out crash down to zero and you try to get your money out, but you can't? That's not how it's supposed to work. Every single time we had some kind of drop like this, not a dip, but a drop, people could not get onto platforms at all to either sell, trade, or do whatever they needed to do with cryptocurrencies. Now, I know everybody was excited about Elon Musk, this announcement about Elon going ahead and allowing Bitcoin to be used to buy a Tesla. But, Atlantis Report made a very good point today. What good would it be for Tesla to sell you a $40,000 car for a Bitcoin that's worth 40,000, and then it loses 50% of its value? Do you know what that does to Tesla as a company to have cryptocurrencies crash down that much? So technically, you would be selling a Tesla for $20,000. That's 50% lower than its actual value. So nobody is going to use cryptocurrencies for those types of purchases. That's not realistic. If the market cannot stay stable, and it hasn't been, so anybody out there pitching about how great cryptocurrencies are, but yet you cannot keep it stable. There's a difference between having some pullback or, retractions, doing whatever, because this happens in all investments. But this is huge. This is not a pullback. This is not a dip. This is a crash.
This happened. This just started happening yesterday, right?
Yeah, that's funny. You got the pimpy picture. What happened to your face? I guess you took it off.
Yeah, my dogs were getting in the way.
Yeah, I know how that is. I just let them. They're funny, but yeah, you guys. So here's what I want to tell you guys about this. So with the market crashing on cryptocurrencies, what I had suggested is that you guys use discretionary funds to be very careful. And I asked you, hey, if you lost everything tomorrow, how was it going to affect your life? Sure, outside of just being bummed out. You know what I mean? Then you're good to go. Okay? But as boring as watching gold and silver move on the market, it's still the safest bet. I told you that. And now here's the other kicker. Basel III comes on June 28th. Everybody's already talking about them having to revalue gold. The conservative side is gold up to $15,000, $16,000 an ounce. That's not realistic, but let's stay on the conservative side. They're talking about resetting the ratio to 20 to 1. So $15,000, $16,000, 20 to 1 ratio. You know, you're going to see silver jump up to about $100, $200 an ounce, somewhere around that neighborhood. We know that's, yeah, June 28th. That's when Basel III is in effect. Right now, the LBMA and the comics are trying to campaign for another delay, but I don't think that's going to happen. They've already been turned down. So Basel, the Basel III, yeah, well, Basel, here's a couple of things. Basel III is technically supposed to keep the market from being manipulated. So there really is not going to be a need for those guys anymore. That is the rumor. Now, having said that, we all know that eventually they'll find a way. But until then, they have to, what they want them to do is now it's a tier 1 asset, gold is on the books, where before you can only do 50%. Now it's tier 1. That means 100% of the asset, it's long term. So if the banks want to turn around and wipe off most of that debt that they have, they're going to have to revalue gold. Now we're at 130% of GDP right now and pumping out money like it's candy. One of the things you could do, usually in an economy like this, is devalue the dollar, which is now below 90%. Devalue the dollar and then pay off your debt with cheaper money. And then you usually raise the interest rates. The problem is we're borrowing money from China. And second, we're not talking about billions of dollars. We're tens of trillions of dollars. They have to drop the GDP down to somewhere around 75% before they can even consider raising interest rates. So we're in that weird time in our life right now, weird time in history where we are, if they don't revalue gold, they can't raise interest rates. That would crash the economies all around the world. It's just impossible. So one of the things they could do is turn around and, first of all, revalue gold to around, in our opinion, and I mean more than one person, I did a video about this, around $50,000 an ounce for gold. This has happened before in the past, not at 50,000, but to be that high. And if you do the ratio at 20 to 1, what are we looking at? For silver. Silver would be somewhere around $4,000 to $5,000 an ounce. This isn't unrealistic. This is realistic. Okay, you guys? We know there's too much debt out there. These banks, these central banks, have to find a way to get rid of their debt. And one of those, the best way to do it is to go ahead and revalue gold. So Basel III, they're telling them, this is your chance. Do what you need to do. And there's a lot of people anticipating that. Okay? So for those of you who have your IRA accounts and your 401ks and you've not at least protected your retirement accounts by shifting 25 to 30% of your money into precious metals, I want you to look at cryptocurrencies right now and see what's happening, because that's what's going to happen to the stock market. So think about how much money you saved, and now imagine it being down 20, 30, 40, or even 50% of your value gone. Gone. So if you had $400,000 saved up for retirement, it is now down to $200,000. That's what happened to a lot of people in 2008. In most cases, they lost everything. And they were sitting around in retirement and then turn around and had to go back into work. Protect yourself. You know, it's just, again, it's just I'm suggesting that you guys do something to protect yourself. Move 25, 30% of your IRAs and 401ks over into precious metals. All right, you guys, I told everybody, go to Money Metals. They will help you. They are experts in this area. This is what they do. Their phone number is 800-800-1865 if you have questions. But their website, there is a place you could go to and you could read it, and it tells you what you need to do. Look, and if nothing happens, then guess what? You haven't lost anything. And you could transfer over without paying any taxes or anything like that. So again, it's just my opinion to protect yourself, especially after what the hell we just saw to cryptocurrencies. If that is not a rude awakening for everybody right now, to just be aware that your fiat world, and that includes fiat digital currencies like Bitcoin, are not safe. I don't know what more to tell you. Okay? I really don't. People everywhere are complaining they cannot get on their platforms to buy, sell, or trade their cryptocurrencies.
That's still happening a lot to people, huh? You getting that?
Yeah, in my group, they were posting it. I can't get on each one of them complaining about how they can't get on their platforms. So my thing is this: let's say you lose all your money, but you try to get in to sell it, and since you couldn't get on, you lost all your money. So what do? Well, then you need what? A class action lawsuit. Although I'm surprised one has not happened yet, because this has happened on more than one occasion. 2020, in my opinion, was test runs. You know, it happened like 3 times, and all 3 times, did we learn a lesson? Nope. Okay, so these platforms, you can't get on there. So let's say you file a class action lawsuit. By the time they get it together, by the time they contact you, by the time they contact everybody else, by the time the lawyers sit around and they settle, you're talking about years later, and you're not even going to get all of your money. Cryptocurrencies are not out of the system. I know they say that, but they're obviously not. If they were out of the system, you should easily right now have access to it. You should be able to physically grab it if you need it. You should be able to cash it out whenever you want it. So I hear a feedback from my voice on your speaker there, Jay.
No, so, you're good on my end. Are you good? Am I good? Am I getting feedback from you?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit. So you guys look at it. I'm just telling you, if you have physical gold and silver, precious metals, it's out of the system. Okay? Out of the system. If it's in your possession and something happens to the market, guess what? It doesn't affect your physical metals. If for some reason both the stock market and cryptocurrencies crash down to zero, I'm just exaggerating, and you can't get on any of the platforms to sell your stocks, to cash in your IRAs, your 401ks, to cash in your cryptocurrencies, and it drops down to zero, then what? Do you see what I'm saying? I told you there's something about cryptocurrencies I was worried about. I expressed my concern about the fact that they're 100% digital with nothing to back them up. The fact that, you know, China was in control of the biggest portion of Bitcoin and they could crash the economy. The fact that every time something small like this happened, for some reason, the platform's automatically locked up and you couldn't get on there. Now, everything I was warning you about is happening now.
You think it's a start right now of it all, Pimpy? The crash in general? Do you think it's just the beginning of it?
I think it's just the beginning.
You think it's just the beginning?
Yeah, because all that China did was simply say, we are banning institutions from using it, and then they warned their citizens, speculators, to get out of the market before they lose everything. So if you warn your citizens that you're about to end cryptocurrencies, guess what they're going to do? They're going to sell their cryptocurrencies. Yeah. And so it's nice of China to at least give their citizens warning, and they're all cashing in their cryptocurrencies. Meanwhile, over here in the United States, we're screwed because most of that stuff happened while you were sleeping. Look, again, I cannot, one more time, Jay, real quick here. Again, I cannot stress this enough. Okay? This is not a dip. We're talking about in the low 20s to low 30s in loss. Right now, I know crypto people are going, man, it's going to rebound. Are you sure? How sure are you? Are you willing to bet all the money you have invested in your cryptocurrencies? Now, a lot of you guys are out there just playing with it and you don't care. And I always say buy on the dip. And hey, look, don't be surprised if it starts to try to recover a little bit. But it's not going to go up like you think it is. This gentleman made a case that cryptocurrencies were going to crash. I mean, crash hard. And bringing Bitcoin all the way down to around $1,000. But when it does settle, there will be like 3, maybe 4 or 5 different cryptocurrencies that would be able to rebound. And then from there on, those would be the ones you want to stay in. I agreed with the ones that he chose. Ethereum, Bitcoin, XRP, Cardano, and Polkadot were the ones he was talking about. All right, you guys?
Data? So, have you ever heard of Data?
Yeah, I know everybody. But see, here's what happens. You get all these cryptos. I made a point, you guys, and that is this. Let me show you how unsecure, unreliable cryptocurrencies are, and they're just crap. Okay? Not all of them. I'm generally speaking. Not all of them. I want to let me change the wording. The vast majority of them are crap. Not all of them. There are some legitimate ones out there. But we know that Dogecoin was created as a meme coin. It was a joke. And it was artificially pumped by Elon Musk. That's why it even went up in value. So all these cryptos out there, like Theta, SafeMoon, all those, you know what I mean? If they don't have anybody like Elon pumping them up, then I don't expect them to do very much as far as value is concerned. Although I will admit, though, Theta is kicking butt. Now, having said that, they created a crypto token called Stop Elon. Really? What is its purpose? It's just another meme cryptocurrency that was created. I guarantee somebody said, good, let's do this. Let's make some quick money and let's get the hell out. That's what they're doing. There's a lot of these crypto coins are crap coins. I played a video of the guy that created a Tron coin saying, buy my crap coin. He was drunk and saying his coin was crap. He knew it was crap. And he's drunk going, buy my crap coin. And they're laughing about it. You know what I mean? And then the next day is like, it's not a crap coin. Oh, yeah, okay. The truth comes out when you're drinking. So not May 26. Well, May 26 might be interesting, but June 28th, you guys, is when Basel III goes into effect. The anticipation is the banks are going to try to do what they can to erase as much debt as possible. We're talking about gold being revalued. And they're talking about resetting the ratio to its historic levels of around 15 to 20 to 1. Right now, silver is the cheapest. Now, even with premiums, you're seeing them around the $40 mark. And I want to encourage everybody out there to start silver squeezing now. With cryptos crashing, there's no way in how cryptocurrencies are going to compete with silver squeezing right now. No way in how. No way are we going to be, people are going to be, no, I'd rather be in cryptos because crypto's going much more in value. There's no competition now. There's no ifs, ands, or but. They're already hurting on the inventory. We should squeeze now. Right now is the time. Grab your damn money out of the cryptocurrencies. Start squeezing silver. Let's drive that price up. That is a legitimate asset. That is a true asset. We call that asset from God because it comes from the ground. It's legitimate. It's tangible. You can hold it. You can't hold a cryptocurrency unless you buy a gold or silver coin created with your favorite cryptocurrency's logo, but it's not a cryptocurrency.
Hey, what about
copper? What about what?
Copper.
Copper, man, it's way up there, and so is wood. We joked. I said, man, I guess you guys should have invested in wood because it's up like, what is it, 437% value? Yeah, but these are all bubbles. Look, real estate bubble, bond bubble. You have the stock market bubble. You have now the cryptocurrency bubble. Looks like it's popping. These are all bubbles. They're all going to pop at one time, crashing everything. There's a reason why billionaires are all moving into, and hedge fund managers and the powers that be are buying up gold and silver. There's also a reason why a lot of them are pumping up cryptocurrencies, getting you guys to run over there while they buy up more gold and silver. Elon Musk's car uses silver. He has 5 warehouses he needs to fill. He don't want that price to go up. So if you keep talking about Dogecoin, if you keep talking about XRP, if you keep talking about Bitcoin, he's just trying to keep you guys away from the real asset, which is silver. What they didn't tell you is after he pumped the money in there, did they tell you that he was secretly cashing into Bitcoins? Yeah, that's what he was doing. See, they always talk about when the money goes in. They don't tell you much about when the money goes out. See what I'm saying? To me, that's a pump. That's fake. Print day. Any questions on gold and silver? Jay, anything at all?
Brother, I tell you, man, this is pretty fascinating. Like I said, I mean, you're the news for me, and by the looks of this chat, you're the news to a lot of people here. So, what do you think, man? Load up on silver right now again, and just whatever you can grab your hands. And June looks like that's going to be a possible window. June 28th.
Yes.
Wow, man.
I still hear my voice in the background. It's kind of weird. Yeah. So, but again, we're talking about Basel III. Basel III. Again, these were all these laws put into place when the so-called too big to fail bank failed. You know what I mean? They they put these steps into place it was supposed to keep banks on up and up. Okay. So one of those things is to keep the gold and silver market from being manipulated. Is Basel III is supposed to keep that from happening. So we'll see again. When it comes to the powers that be, they really pitch a good game, but most of the time it's not. You know what I mean? It's bullshit. But let's just be honest. But one thing's for sure is everybody is buying gold and silver. All right, that's for sure. The powers that be are, and there's a reason for it. They're not doing it because, for no reason. They know the revaluation is coming.
What's the ratio of gold and silver? So if you got, let's say, $1,000 you want to put into something, how much gold and how much silver would you get? What would you recommend?
So if you have enough money to buy both gold and silver, always do an 80-20 ratio. So 80% silver, 20% gold. But also keep in mind now is that silver is cheaper, and silver always outperforms gold during crisis. It goes up really quick, but it also comes down really quick. So what you watch for is this. Buy a bunch of silver now. When the ratio gets down to 20-1, start trading a lot of your silver over for gold. Gold goes up really slow and comes down really slow. But so gold is to preserve your wealth. Silver is for bartering or doing business with. Okay? But you can do pretty damn good with silver right now. Okay? So where we at? 68-1, I think, is the ratio on gold and silver. I don't know. Jay, did you ever hear me I spoke one time about, I gave an example of the silver to gold ratio at the end of summer, when it was way out of whack, like 124-1, I think it was at one time.
Yeah, I remember that too. It's getting like that again, isn't it?
So where we at right now? We are at 67-1. Okay, so let me just show you guys really super quick. So here it is right here, 67. So it's just below 68. But way back during the summer, when was this? This is like last summer. Look at this. Oh, this is last March. My bad. So on March, you can see right here, March of last year, 124-1. That means you would need 124 ounces of silver just to get 1 ounce of gold. So what I said was this. This is when if you had 10 ounces of gold, you would trade them for the silver. You would get 1,240 ounces of silver. You would buy it here. If you go all the way down when it was 68-1, and the ratio was down that low, and then you took your silver and you traded it across for gold, you now have just over 18 ounces of gold. So you took your 10 ounces of gold, traded it for silver, and then when it got down to 68-1, you traded it again. And so instead of having 10 ounces of gold, you now had just over 18 ounces of gold. You gained 18.2 ounces of gold by trading. That's all you did. Paying attention to the ratios. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm talking about now. So right now, the ratio is out of whack. So buy silver. Silver. Buy it.
Does it matter any type of silver, or just load up on silver completely, whatever you can grab?
Whatever you can grab right now. But for the most part, if you guys want more bang for your buck, although the funny thing is this, I just did a video this morning showing people that, silver bars and silver rounds are dang near equal in cost when you look at the numismatic, the collectible coins like the Eagles. The Eagles are the most recognized worldwide. It's the easiest to sell, but they also have a higher premium. So if you want more bang for your buck, they have what's on there called junk silver or constitutional silver. You will get more silver that way. But if that's if you guys right now just buy whatever you can, I'm telling you, you know what I mean? Even if anything, let's just say nothing happens on June 28th, even though they're announcing it. Let's say nothing happens. You still are a lot better off than whether it's in cryptocurrencies or stock at the moment. Now, I don't want to give up 100% on cryptocurrencies. I've spoken to a lot of great crypto people who are doing their best to convince me. Although right now, I'm sure they're going, gosh, damn it, Pimpy. Yeah, because everything I warned you about is happening. China being involved, not being able to be on a platform, a crash happening, nothing to support them. I knew this was going to happen. All right. So, but having said that, I still think there's some hope for cryptocurrencies on the other side of whatever's coming up. Okay, but even so, cryptocurrencies are just another fiat currency. Nothing supports them. But I do like when I had that interview with Andy. Andy said something that caught my attention. He said, Pimpy, man, look, we want that away, that out of the system. But I said, man, it doesn't seem out of the system. If you have to rely on the banks for your money, or if a government could just come up and say, hey, we want to ban you. And he said, yeah, but you would have an uprising. Well, Andy, here we go. Let's see what kind of uprising we get, because they just banned cryptocurrencies with 1.4 billion people.
And that country used it a lot too. You know what I mean? Their people were using crypto a lot for purchasing.
Yeah, they actually over in Japan too. They have these, like, if they look at credit cards, it's really cool. It's a metal card. It's like a credit card. You can use an ATM, or you can use for purchases. You just, I think it has an option for 5 different cryptocurrencies, so you can select which one you wanted to take out of. Like if I wanted to use my Ethereum, I select the Ethereum button, and then when I use the card, it takes out of my Ethereum holding. So it is really cool. Don't get me wrong. There's uses for it out there, but I'm not into this 100% digital currency. No, I have to be able to exchange it for some type of gold-backed currency that I can trust. But for now, this is not a time for me to say, this isn't a rub it in your face moment for me when it comes to crypto people. This is not what that's about. I really was pulling for cryptocurrency to be something legitimate away from the system. I wanted it out there. I wanted to believe that it could be real, but the fact that I had a lot of concerns that nobody could even address properly. And now we're seeing the very things that I was worried about all happening at the same time. That just, again, takes me right to where I was. Yeah, a lot of people are saying buy on the dip. This isn't a dip. This is buy on the crash. That's putting a lot of faith. First of all, before you could buy, people are going to want to recoup everything they just lost. So again, it's not a loss until you sell your cryptos. So if you're at a huge loss and you think cryptocurrencies are going to go up, don't sell, just hold. You know what I mean? Just hang tight and wait for it to recoup if you really believe that. I'm saying right now is the greatest time ever to do a silver squeeze. Nobody has any faith in cryptocurrencies right now. People can take their money out and buy something that's real, something that you can hold. Right now is the time to do another silver squeeze. And I'm encouraging everybody out there that are influencers that deal with silver. Right now, we should do a silver squeeze. Crypto people we were competing with cryptocurrencies where the numbers were being inflated. And we lost an opportunity in which we could have had a much larger crowd buying silver. So now is the time, in my opinion, right now. So we'll see what happens.
What's next after this, you think, Pimpy?
As far as
what may crash after this? Is it real estate? Is it stocks? Like, what are you thinking?
Oh, they're just going to, once one goes, they're all going to go. Seriously. And I don't think crypto is going to be the thing that triggers everything. Now look at even Bitcoin's down even further since we've been talking. So I don't think that it's going to be cryptos is going to be the thing that triggers things. If anything, we're going to see like I'm campaigning for you to do, and that is get the hell out of cryptocurrencies and run over to gold and silver. I think what you're going to start to see is influx or an increase in price of gold and silver. I mean, right now gold is at 1871. So it's even moving up. Silver dropped below $28, which is semi-shocking, but it's starting to get back up there again. So it's been spoofed a couple of times, but that's not going to discourage people. See, I'd rather lose 1% of my money instead of 30% of my money. See where I'm going?
I see
right?
it.
Yeah. So these are now it's in the mid-20s to low 30s as far as losses are concerned on cryptocurrencies. So this is not a dip, you guys. This is not a dip. That's a crash. Real quick, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Again, when somebody's saying, oh, this is a dip. No, this is not a dip. Look at this. Now 10%, 23%. Now they're in the mid-20s. Look at 30s. Almost 30%, 33%, 31%. That's a third of your money and dropping.
Wow, that's insane, man.
This isn't a dip. That's a crash, man. You know what I mean? That's a crash.
Well, the biggest problem, like you said, I mean, and I've ran into this before too, and not investment advice to anybody, but I'm just telling you my own personal experience was when I wanted to get out, it was freaking near impossible to get out from the exchanges. So I don't know. I mean, I would imagine people are just because there's such a rush, they're having a lot of that same issues today. You think?
Yeah, I mean, you're seeing it happen right now. What's this, Leon? Let's see. What about gold stocks or paper silver pools? Leon, hey, let me tell you something. John Adams exposed those. Man, he exposed it in a big way. So people had gold. Okay, so I want to make sure we know the difference between the two. Minor stocks, which are your gold and silver stocks, you know what I mean? The market will affect them a little bit, but just hang tight. Because usually what happens is when there's some type of crash and you see gold and silver go up, you will see the minor stocks outperform gold and silver slightly. If you think about it, it has to, because you have to cover the cost of the silver or the gold, you know what I mean, to mine it. And so, yeah, the profits will go up because the value of gold and silver goes up. So usually what happens is stocks for miners go up with gold and silver. In the beginning, it takes a small hit, but then it goes up. So in addition to that, ETFs are no good. So what you're talking about, paper silver pools are no good. ETFs are no good. We just seen John Adams expose that these SLVs and Kitco, where they have these silver pools. We just found out they don't have enough precious metals to cover the shares. How it's supposed to work is for every share that they sell you, you're supposed to be able to pull out an equal amount of, like an ounce of, I'm just using as an example. So for every share that I buy, I should be able to buy or get in return 1 ounce of silver. You know what I mean? That's what I'm buying. I'm buying the physical ounce of silver. So you're buying into it. No, that's not the case. They don't have this silver to cover. They misled people or they lied. And so John Adams has exposed that. So people are going, see, look, right now there's so much faith in the market that people are selling their gold and silvers. Look at ETFs. It's a record number of sales. People are getting out of gold and silver, which are your safe havens. I was like, no, that's not what it is. People are going, screw that. These people are not going to be able to give me my precious metals. And they're getting the hell out of ETFs and moving over into actual physical gold and silver. So he took the money back and then bought the real deal Holyfield. Now, some of you guys are going, man, Pimpy, but I got a lot of money in my IRA and my 401ks. I don't want to hold that type of precious metals here in my house. It doesn't feel right. Look, Money Metals Exchange has a vault. It has segregated storage for you. It's protected. You know who is stationed in front of their vault and leasing their office space? The sheriff's department. So not only is the vault itself at the highest level needed to be certified for precious metals dealers, but they have the sheriff's department in front of the building. So who the hell is even going to contemplate trying to jack that place? It's just not going to happen. But yeah, ETFs, nothing paper. See, paper to me is the same as fiat. It's just not real. So avoid the pulls. Looks like I lost Jay there, but you guys avoid the pulls. All right? Seriously. I would avoid them at all costs. There's a saying again, if you don't physically have it, you don't own it. See what I'm saying? So, but you can physically have it and have it in the vault and feel really good about that. Money Metals has been phenomenal for my subscribers. Their prices are competitive. They're either the cheapest or second lowest to the cheapest as far as that is concerned. John Adams is now being sued by Kitco for telling the truth. Yeah, actually, I saw that. So now he has a legal fund. But what I'm hoping John Adams does, if they won't go to court, that's not going to happen. Because if John Adams does go all the way through with this, he's going to expose them even more. Or what you're going to find out, there's a lot of manipulation going on. You guys just seen what happened with the Perth. Was it Perth? Oh, the LBMA is talking about, we did a accounting error. We mistakenly put too much silver on our books that wasn't there. Yeah, buddy. No, you got that from the comics. They helped you and you sent it back. So they're trying to they're doing some really tricky crap. All right. So don't fall for it, you guys. They're just trying to manipulate the market and they're running out of it. Love Money Metals come through every time. Yes. They have. Look, this is a family-owned company, you guys, here in the United States. They are down-to-earth people. I'm very appreciative of the working relationship that I have with those guys. But even so, it's not just working. I mean, me and Stefan, who's the big kahuna over there, we talk about other things too. And what you guys should love about Stefan is this. Stefan is the CEO of Money Metals. He is very involved, actively involved in legislations with all of our states, doing what he can to change the law so that you don't have to pay taxes on gold and silver. And so far, he's doing a hell of a job. We're seeing a lot of these states drop their sales tax on gold and silver. Some of them we're hoping, I don't know what they're going to be able to do about this, but I'm curious to see what they do for capital gains. So, yeah, I would love it where, technically we don't have to pay capital gains. Elon showed the world that an unsecured, decentralized crypto will not work for currency. Gold and silver backed is the way to go. Yeah, Alicia, exactly. Atlantis Report said it. If you believe Elon Musk is the one that caused this dip, then how can you feel safe in an asset in which a single tweet causes you to lose 1/5 or 1/3, in some cases 1/2 of all of your assets? Come on, people. Come on, man. Work with me. I'm just letting you know. Be careful. I warned. What did I say? My concerns about cryptocurrencies are, one, they're 100% digital. There's nothing supporting it. Number two, China controls 64 or more % of Bitcoin. If they really wanted to crash the crypto market, they could, and they are. All they had to do was stop it. And then if governments decided they didn't like cryptocurrencies competing with their own currencies, what was to keep them from outlawing it? Nothing. You see it happening. And then my other concern was I noticed that more than a handful of times in which the market really starts to drop, you could not get on your platforms to buy, sell, trade, or do anything. There's always an excuse. And now, look, you can't get on your platforms in most cases. Okay? Every concern that I had about cryptocurrencies are now being exercised all at the same time. Do you still feel secure in your investments with cryptocurrencies after what we're witnessing today? Seriously. People are like, well, gold and silver go up and down, not by 25 to 50%. No, it doesn't. Man, if ever there was a time right now to do a silver squeeze, because there's no worrying about cryptocurrencies competing. Again, for all those other influencers out there on YouTube that might be hearing this, you guys share this video, post it, give family members to wake the hell up. So a shout out to Wall Street Silver, Chris Marcus, Lynette Zhang, other silver movers. Let's squeeze now, right now. Between now and we got the 28th coming up. Plus, this is the delivery month for silver with the comics. Never was there a better time with the crypto market crashing. They won't even be competing with us. In fact, we'll have people moving from the crypto market right over into the gold and silver. All right. Yeah, Candy, Stefan is an awesome guy. Great guy. Would Kitco or major metal dealers sell fake metals? That's a good question. And let me tell you what happened. So Perth Mint, we found out when they were cashing somebody out on their silver, they told them that they were going to send them bars from China, and the person snapped. They're not going to want these bars from China. For those of you who are unaware, a few years ago, China was busted for selling us counterfeit silver. So they would take something like lead and then put silver on the outside of it. So they weren't selling you 100% silver. So there's no trust there. And again, we are talking about an adversary, a country that is trying to compete with the United States to become the largest economy in the world. They want to dominate the world, literally. So do you trust anything coming from them? I wouldn't. Okay? I just wouldn't. Didn't Pimpy say if the electric goes out, where is your crypt? Yep, I lived in it through the Texas. So the power was out in Texas for a few days, you guys. Some people froze to death. Why? Because the solar panels accumulated ice, so they couldn't get juiced up. And there wasn't enough wind to twist the turbines, and then the turbines froze up. So let's say for whatever reason, you're in dire straits and you needed to get access to your money, your cryptocurrencies. How are you going to be able to do it? There's no power. Even if you can get on your phone and do it and you transfer it over to bank, ATMs are down. Remember I told you, you guys grab 6 months worth of money to pay your bills. Keep it somewhere hidden in your house. Get a little safe. Add another 10% for miscellaneous. But everything else I have is in precious metals. I do not trust the banks. And now you can see why I had huge concerns about cryptocurrencies. Be careful, you guys. Was it just yesterday or the day before? I was like, look at this cup. Look at this 4-year trend that happens in cryptocurrencies. Make sure that we're not on the downside falling. Well, whether it's Elon Musk, whether it's China, whether it's, you could blame whoever the hell you want. Does it matter? Does it matter? Is it going to get you your money back? No. Is the market going to keep going down? Most likely. Because what you're not taking in consideration right now or calculating is people do not have access to their platforms. Wait till those people do and they start cashing out their cryptocurrencies. It's going to continue to drop. Even if you start to see a recovery, once they give you access to your platforms, people are going to get the hell out of there. And I mean hard. You just have to be careful. I made 25% profit off cryptos before I got out last week. Listen to Pimpy and made money before the crash. Yes, great move. I got out. I have very little in there, cryptocurrencies. Very, very little, you guys. I got the hell out. I don't like what I see happening. I'm not a big fan of the current administration being there. I don't trust it at all. I got the hell out. Okay? So I appreciate that. Nice shout out there. Be careful is all I was saying. You could see that what I was worried about is now happening. I'm going to say, I saw a comment on silver video today, and I think this guy is silver dealer, and he told it that there are fake Morgan dollars on the market. I did not know. Yeah, there are some fake coins, but there's ways to test them, you guys. So you have to be very careful. So when you're collecting coins, you know, for us coin collectors, we always look out for fakes. It has a different smell. I mean, believe it or not, you can smell silver if you rub it. It has a different sound. There's what's kind of like a test where you do a little bit of a scraping on it, but if you're collecting a coin, you don't want to scrape it. You know what I mean? You don't want to scrape it. So, but there's a way to test it. But even so, if the thing is coated with, if like you have lead and it's coated with silver, you know, there's another type of test that tells you how pure it is all the way through, and let you know if there's any other metals in there that should not be in there. Okay, warning, Pimpy is right. Oh, the trade data was unable to trade for several hours today. My count was, oh man, inaccessible. Never happened before. Man, I'm sorry to hear that, Alicia. I hope you guys are able to get in there and do something. Seriously. All right? Again, I want to encourage you guys to go over to Money Metals. Man, if you haven't already, just keep trying to get into your damn crypto accounts. Do what you can to get in there. Okay? Do what you can to get in there and just protect yourself. You've been consistent all along, Pimpy. I know, but I got people when I tell them they don't want to hear what I have to say. I say, everybody, look, we take the news, good, bad, ugly. You have to be able to take it all. Question everything. And just be careful for this reason. I appreciate all the love and all the shout outs, you guys. Seriously. All right. So that's it for now. I am going to come back, though, and talk about what's going on over in Iraq and Vietnam in regards to the dinar and the Vietnam dong, because there are some things going on. In case you guys haven't noticed, in Iraq, these citizens are raising holy hell. They are rising up. You know what I mean? They are rising up. So let's see here. Rebecca, I put all my sisters in the silver and all sold all common stocks right before the silver. I'm ready to bring on the crash. Rebecca, smart move, man. A lot of people are doing that. Okay. Pippa's number one for this guy. Thank you, Candy, you guys. Look, I really do love all the love and all the great support, but I'm not successful without you guys. So I've always been very humble about that. I know there's other people you could be tuning into, but I do appreciate when you take the time to check me out and tune in. That's it for now, you guys. Look at, do what you can to get in there and save yourself if you can. It's up to you what you're going to do with it. I can't give you financial advice. All the decisions are up to you. But I did warn about these things, and look, exactly what I was worried about is happening now. In my opinion, again, in my humble opinion, despite what happens to cryptocurrencies, I don't care if it rebounds or goes even higher. You can see the possibilities there of a disaster happening if you try to get into your account if it crashed all the way down to zero. There's no ramifications for that, man. Do you really want to trust your money in the hands of a platform that you can't get into? If it really does, this is a crash, by the way. This isn't a dip. But even if it rebounds, you guys, you can understand why my concerns. You're seeing them happen in real time. That's it for now. Hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it. That's it for now. I'm out.